I hope everyone managed to have a connection. I hope everyone remembers that putting a connection is really simple. All you need to do is just make sure that everything is side by side, this view controller and the main storyboard. Then you press your control key and drag it a bit. Quite an easy one. If you need a quick reminder, go through with my previous movies and I have shown you that. Okay, so what next we need to do? We have linked up as first of all the site, which is a text field where user will be entering their site. I have named that label as site. Where we will be dumping the information is known as the site info or the result information or anything that you can put. And here is our function or simply the button, which is the WHOIS, and I have named it as WHOIS as well. So what we'll be looking is only till the line number 23, although I have completed the app, but still we'll be looking at that because everything should be done in that manner only. First, there should be an idea. Second, there should be an interface being built up. And in these kinds of apps especially, an after process is to get data or fetch data from the web. And the final step is to filter out and show only the data in which we are interested onto the application. And it's quite an easy step. And all you need to do is we cannot actually get rid of this NS thing because it's a very historic movement about next step company by the Jobs, and we cannot really simply eradicate it. So what we need to do, we need to create a method or simply an object of the NSURL class that is simply is going to hold your URL, and then we are going to just fetch up or simply open up a browser. Now remember again, whenever you open up a browser and you log in into a one Gmail section on one tab, you click onto the new tab and type gmail.com. You do not need to re-log in it. That's a shared session browser out there. So we are going to open up a simple browser out there, and then we will open up a browser, and whenever you type a URL on the browser, there are only a couple of things. There is a data in your browser which get up, and there are sometimes response code like 402 page not found or 202 page found or like that, and there are sometimes the error as well. Also, there is a UTF coding out there. The UTF-8 is very common one. So we are going to do all of these things. Now again, this all things breaks up your basics. If you haven't been clear so far, right now you got cleared up, and make sure that you keep that in mind because building up an application is all to the core basics. So let's try to have a look from the line number 18. So again, let and var, everyone knows what it means. So after that, we are having an URL object that is being created by NSURL class. And we have chosen the class which just says as a string, nothing else. There are a couple of options. We just want to have a string. Now don't look at this one. This is entire just one string. You just have to fill it. Now I'll show you what I have done, and make sure that you are also saying it that yes, there is no optional. I am pretty sure that this is a string, obviously because I have hard coded it. And in the string, I have breakdown down this string. You could have done that with string interpolation or quite others. I have chosen the string concatenation technique, but again, it's a simple exercise to do it with the string interpolation. That's backslash and the bracket thing. So I have given a plus here, and inside that I'm using the site.text, this guy from here. I'm saying that yes, it is going to be a string. Don't worry about it. I'm putting an optional here as well. And after that, the rest of the URL. And again, there is an optional here that entire thing is a URL. Don't worry, these things are really kind of annoying sometimes, but it can save you with a lot of trouble. So always keep that in eye. Okay, so URL is done. Okay, we have a URL. Now next thing, yes, we need to open up a browser, and that browser is going to have a shared session. So we are simply having a variable that says fetch data, and inside that we are opening a browser that says NSURL session. So open a URL session for me, and that is going to be a type of shared session. Of course, we can have variety of session where every user need to log in and all of that. But hey, we are not building up our Angry Bird out here. We are just building a simple app. And after that, we will have a data task with URL. There are multiple options. I'm going to choose this one to have that. After that, it requires in the parenthesis that URL. That is the URL that we have given out here. And after that, just hit a tab key and an enter, and it will open up these kinds of braces out there for you to put an entire code. Now this is known as lambdas in some language. And here's a quick question. What is it known as in the Swift language? Please post down your questions, the answer of the question actually. And it requires a couple of variables like data, the response, and the error. Again, I'm just filling out the things. If you will use the Xcode, it will just pop you around. And after that, void in. Again, this in is crucial out there. I discussed that in the Swift case. And after that, what I'm seeing is if the URL content is equals to data. Now this is the condition I was talking about, the optional chaining, that if condition is going to be true, automatically we are going to drop inside this guy. So what we want to do is let raw content is equals to NS string, and that is going to be data is going to be URL content, and encoding is going to be type of NS UTF-8 string encoding. If you are not going to put this line and just dumping simply the content just out here, the raw content, or printing the raw content or URL content, that is going to be the content with all the tabs and text that you see while coding in HTML. Yes, all the BR tags and all of that are going to be done. So I'll not discuss this guy out here. Right now we are just interested in printing the raw content. So let's just run the app, and it's going to run in a moment. And you can put anything. I'll put apple.com. I know this URL exists, so of course you can get rid of this label. I'll click on the WHOIS. Now right now I'm not interested in dumping the data on my screen, so obviously it is going to take time, and surely it is going to dump the data on the screen as well. Right now I'm not interested in that. Right now I'm interested in this guy. So we have got this data out here which is being printed just with the line number 23, print raw content. And there's an optional here because there can be data, there cannot be. I can put an exclamation at the end of it and can break it down. So we have got the entire home page with that. So again, quite a good thing. We have been successfully able to dump all the data onto our screen. We were not interested in that. We want to filter out the data, but that's a good start. Okay, good so far. So I hope everyone is going to be simply managed to do so. Again, here is a simple exercise for all of you. Now that you have understood the logic, what are the things? Now make sure that you hide my application somewhere in your computer and try to build that raw from the scratch. Whenever you miss out anything, just take a little bit sneak peek into my application. Then don't just type exactly from it. Just write your own with your own imagination, or maybe you remember something, because all of such kinds of apps are built with the same logic. There is no extra things out there. Okay. We have got the data, or if I talk from the starting, we have got our application idea, we got our interface, and we have been able to successfully dump the data onto our screen. Now it's a good time to filter the data and make sure that our app really looks good onto the screen.